He is the fastest runner on the planet, setting the world record for the shortest 100 meters sprint time of 9.58 seconds.
Wow, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
So I have chess game with my friend later on today. When is the best time to play chess game?
I guess you're bored. Usually in the evening, but definitely before you are too tired. My very best chess, of course, is generally played at the times when I'm winning, unless my opponent decides to take a bow.
I'm definitely not taking a bow. Thank you.
I hope you win.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Which club is the first to win Champions League?
That's very easy. Real Madrid. The first Champions League was won by Real Madrid during the 1955 and 1956 season.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're listening to Sports in a Jiffy on Impact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos. You're listening to Sports in a Jiffy on Impact Radio 102.1 FM Lagos.
Jiffy is live on your radio, Impact Radio 102.1 FM. Thursday installment of the show today, here to serve the latest stories making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and the sometimes controversial world of sports. We'll be doing bits and pieces on the show this morning, taking a trip into the amazing fixtures and also result of the action that has happened in the ongoing FIFA World Cup 2026, and a couple of other stories from the Nigerian Premier Football League. A couple of teams already signing players left, right, and center. The Rancher Bees, the new boys that are just coming back, have made sure that they've secured a couple of signings and also a new manager. That's talking about the man that managed Remo Stars towards the end of last season. Usman Abdallah will now be the coach of the Rancher Bees from next season. We'll talk more about our updates from the home front on the show. And just like I mentioned, we now know the teams who will be moving to the next round of the FIFA World Cup 2026 and a couple of others that will be joining them as the game proceeds later today. And FIFA has now come out to tell us how the teams that will be going into the round of 32 will now be selected. But then a couple of fans are not happy with the number 5 option, which is definitely talking about teams with the highest ranked will be considered before the teams with the lower rank. That is definitely causing a bit of uproar amongst the football fans left, right, and center. Like, look, why can't the big boys qualify automatically? So if there's any big boy in the third place mix and wants to go through to the next round, they should be the ones that should be allowed to go back home and then give the lower ranked team an option to go to the next round. We'll talk more about this on the show this morning. Ayode Jajbe is my name. Absolute honor to be your host on the show. Joining me, I've got Cyril. Who together we're dissecting these topics. Top of the morning to you, Cyril.
Top of the morning to you, Ayode. It's good to be here once again. And top of the morning to our listeners at home. Like you rightly said, a lot to talk about in the world of sports. It's from the home front to the World Cup currently ongoing as well. And most importantly, a lot of them, they hate to watch against the South Africans.
Well,
a lot of Nigerians.
It didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
If you follow my post from yesterday, I've been talking about it. Like, vehemently. I've been hammering on it. I don't see any reason why we are 8 watching South Africa. I don't see any reason why we have to. I feel like some people are doing it based on pressure, like what they see other people doing. They don't even know the rudiment of this thing.
For the Nigerians, I don't think it's way more than just football on the pitch as well.
Yeah, but then we need to separate politics from football.
There's no way we cannot always separate politics from football as well. We tried, as even FIFA is even trying.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, politics will always have a way in creeping into football as well. And I feel that is one of the reasons why most Nigerians are actually hate watching the South Africans. Because if you look at it, if it's based on football only, I don't think the hate watch will be much exactly, but other political undertone as well. But
I mean, the almighty South Korea will defeated by South Africa.
But at this point, kudos to Hugo Brooks at this point as well. He was even asked after the match. He was speechless. he couldn't even describe the feeling at that point. The first time in their history they are playing in the knockout round.
So talking about African teams, let's talk about Morocco, who have now become the first African nation to win 7 games at the FIFA World Cup, one above Nigeria and Ghana, and also become the highest scoring African team in the World Cup. They've now scored 26 goals in 26 appearances, just 3 goals ahead of Nigeria, who have made 21 appearances.
Exactly. Just unfortunate that if Nigeria has been at this World Cup, probably most of this record would have been kept by the Super Eagles. But exactly, and no taking anything away from the Moroccans. They are the best team on the continent at this point, right now, and they're actually showing why they are the best team on the continent. In a group that has Brazil and Scotland, they are joint. I mean, they ended the same points with Brazil on that group as well. Brazil only edged them with goal difference at this point. So kudos to Moroccans as well. We're having at least a quite number of African teams in the next round as well. So it's good one for the African team at this point.
And there are still a couple of them that will still be in the mix of fighting to get through to the next round. At likes of DR Congo, at likes of Ghana, will also be looking to make it to the next round of the round of 32. By the way, so yes, a very amazing game yesterday night from South Korea, pushing hard in that particular one to make sure that they run riot. So South Africa will now be facing co-host Canada in Los Angeles on June 28th.
Yeah, as in for the South African, you can't ask for a better opponent. But for the Canadians as well, it's quite unfortunate. They lost that game against Switzerland. Now they'll be making that trip to the USA to play their If they have topped their group, all they will possibly remain at home. And the home fans as well, the home fans advantage will still be working magic for them as well. But as it stands, they are playing against the South Africans in the next round. And South Africans, they're actually not playing at home. The Canadians as well. So South Africans also stand the chance of at least shocking Africa or the whole world at this point, knocking out one of the co-hosts in this competition as well. So good one for the South Africa.
This is South Africa knocking out Canada.
At this point, for the fact that the match will be played in US, I feel it's exactly no home advantage at this point. It balances the tie for the South Africans as well. And with the way they play against the South Koreans, you feel the South Africans
Mexico, they continue to play right on their own side.
Exactly.
To the
quarterfinal. So
okay, let's talk about another game that happened earlier this morning. Brazil were able to do one against Scotland once again. The Brazilians, of course, Neymar Jr. was introduced in the 73rd minute, and getting introduced in the 73rd minute, creating 3 chances. Don't you think this is more like a good headache for Carlo Ancelotti? He also played Endrich in that play.
Exactly. In that game. Exactly. And if you look at that Brazilian forward line, you feel those exactly those and they're actually playing out of their skin at this point. Really? How many goals now? Three goals in 3 games. Vini 4 goals in 3 games as well. And you are having the likes of Neymar back in the team as well, making his debut last night as well. And after the match as well, it was in tears after that game as well. And you also mentioned Hendrick at that point as well. So for Ancelotti, probably what he actually needs to actually prepare this Brazilian team as far as possible in this competition, they're actually coming at the right time for him as well.
All right, coming at the right time for him. Still plenty of talks on the show this morning. Sport in a Jiffy on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. We are definitely serving you the very best of stories, making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and the sometimes controversial world of sports. You want to keep track of this update and more? Follow us across all social media platforms. We are currently live on our Facebook fan page at Impact Radio 102.1 FM. Also live on our YouTube channel at Impact 102.1 FM. Streaming live at Sports Tales. Quickly, Let's go straight to the home front now, because I always tell you that charity begins from home. But yes, it's the FIFA World Cup, and it's plenty of conversations from that particular one. We just need to serve it to you in bits and in pieces. Remember that I always tell you that whether you're a sports person or you're just someone that loves the thrill of the game or you're an athlete, this is the best place for you to be, because the early bird has gone around the world to catch the scores. And I am more than willing to serve it to you, fast. Definitely with all of the amazing facts that are inside of it as well. A couple of facts coming through about Vincent Eyama now, that his World Cup records still stands as the best African shortstopper at the FIFA World Cup. There was this record at Eloy Room that's talking about the Curacao goalkeeper, that record-breaking display against Ecuador, making 15 saves in that particular game. But now it's been said that there's a legendary feat by the former Super Eagles captain Vicente Yama, which is remaining unmatched among African goalkeepers at the tournament's greatest stage. This is one man that has he has lived it, and he continues to live it. Before this World Cup, we saw that FIFA also sent a Superior Man of the Match award to Austin Jeje Okocha right from 1998.
Is it 98?
Yeah,
that's from
98.
France 98, yes. So for Nigerians as well, even if you are not at that World Cup, at least the Nigerian
we keep seeing a lot of things that makes us believe that
we have been much more better exactly. And like the award FIFA sent to Austin Jeje Okocha at that point in time, now Victor Nyama as well, his record is still standing. And you want to say Victor Nyama for ever since he left Nigerian, the Nigerian team as well. It's been a difficult one to find a replacement for him. Luckily, we bumped into Mwabali at some point. At some point, it was all and.
We highlights of Daniel
Akpeyi as well. Exactly. But we haven't found that goalkeeper that will give us that longevity that Vincent Eyama actually gave the Super Eagles at that point in time. Now we are having Maduka Okoye in the team as well at this point in time. And Wabadi is out of he doesn't have any club at this point in time, which is actually not good for him, for his talents at this point in time. As a goalkeeper, you need to be at your very best as well. You need to be in action all the time as well. So for Vincent Nyama, his record is still standing at the World Cup at this point in time. And if you want to remember Nyama for anything, the Super Eagles, the first match that goes to your mind is that Nigeria versus Argentina.
Where Messi give it a thumbs up.
Exactly, you feel okay. Exactly. And at the end of the game, Vincent Eyama need to walk up to Messi and let me. Is this guy actually a human being? At that point in time,
so against me.
Exactly. Well, at that point,
plenty of conversations on the show this morning. Let's move on from that story now. Let's go straight into other sports. Let's start from the world of tennis, where it's now been said that Jack Draper is now into the last 8, despite coming back late from an injury scare. British Jack Draper says his recent injury problems left his confidence levels below the floor, but then the 24-year-old continued his comeback with an assured win over compatriots Jack Pennington Jones to reach the Eastbourne's quarterfinals. Draper played his first competitive match in more than 2 months on Monday after a knee injury that has sidelined him since April's Barcelona Open. This was like the latest in a long list of injuries that he has had. That meant he has played just 13 matches in the last 1 year. Still plenty of thoughts coming through, just so you know. As it is now, we are now getting ready for the Wimbledon that will be kicking off just a couple of days away from now. But then the players are still like, look here, we have a lot of demand and we are still demanding that a lot of things be done for us. One of those things is the fact that the players are now saying that they don't want the 20% increment that the organizers are giving them. I remember that during the last French Open, which is the Roland Garros, players said they will only be doing 15 minutes of media time, which is in proportion to the 15% increment that Roland Garros added for them.
Exactly.
But now, Wimbledon are saying they are giving them 20% increase in their prize money.
And at this point, even the athletes are in Roland Garros, they are giving 15 minutes. And here in the Wimbledon, most of the players have come out to say even the 15 minutes they are not ready to grant that anymore at this point. So they have to find a way to just balance this whole team, because it's been spiraling into different Grand Slam. It started with US Open last year. We've seen it in the French Open. Now it's rearing its head again at the Wimbledon.
It's not rearing its head. It has come to stay again.
So probably the organizer just need to find a way to just nip this in the bud, find a way around it, find a lasting solution to it at the end of the day, so that at the end of the day we let us enjoy the tennis on the court, not all this drama and plenty of talk outside the court as well.
All right, let's move on from the tennis talks. Now we go back into the world of football on the show this morning. Like I mentioned, plenty of conversations from the FIFA World Cup 2026. Let's start with some of the teams that we already know that, okay, these ones are now out of the tournament. The likes of Haiti, despite giving Morocco a bit of scare in their game. They played 4-2 against Morocco. Since goal thriller that was between the two sides, and you can tell that, look here, they also did not come to play, but yeah, it wasn't enough to see them go through. So in Group A, you can say that the likes of Mexico and South Africa are now through. In Group B, Switzerland and Canada are through. In Group C, it is Brazil and Morocco. While later tonight, we'll be seeing the games in the Group D and also Group E. But mathematically, you can say that some teams from both groups are already through. You have like Bosnia and Herzegovina, you have Sweden, you have Croatia, you have South Korea, Algeria. Well, they can also as well go through to the next round.
Exactly.
Let's talk about the games that will be happening this evening. By the way, there's going to be the game between Curacao and also Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast to go through, if you ask me.
They just need to just get the maximum 30 points, and they are through to the next round as well. So it's going to be it hasn't been any easy team, easy match in this World Cup as well. And most times we feel there are minnows in this game as well. And until those boys come up to the pitch of play, and you understand that they're actually here to prove a point as well. And for the Ivorians against Curacao, they need to be actually careful against them. I feel they had more quality, more professionals in that team than the Curacao as well. So for Ivorians, for the sake of Africa, I just feel they should just do enough to just get the point that will get them through to the next round.
I mean, they should just make sure that they get the points that will get them through to the next, because that's what a lot of Africans are looking forward to right now. Say, look, guys, you just have to keep representing. There's also going to be the game between Germany and also Ecuador later tonight. Ecuador, of course, they've lost their first game so far.
Exactly, and they haven't even scored in this competition as well. So you feel Ecuador, and coming from the South American, you feel they should be able to be they should be pulling their weight at this point, and you feel for the Ecuadorian team, they haven't even scored a goal, and they've also considered as much as possible as well, and they are playing against the Germans. The Germans they're always there to, if you give them the chance, the space, they are going to take the opportunity. They are going to score as much as possible against exactly coming from behind. Is it not that special? But if Ivorians have hold on to that one, probably they have been home and dry at this point. So
I mean, whatever it is that happened to Ivory Coast in that game, the blame is on Adingra, because he would have buried that game before you would have scored that.
Exactly, he should. But even before that chance as well, the Ivorians they also have other chances. They should have even score more than one goal in that match as well. But this is what it is. They play against Curacao, let them get the maximum points in their match again. And for the Germans, do enough to just win the group, 9 points, and they are through to the next round.
Let's see what happens. 9 points, and then they are through to the next round. That particular one is for Group E. While for Group F, midnight today, Japan up against Sweden. Tunisia, dead rubber game. Whatever it is that happens in that game is just going to happen for happening's sake. But then they play against Netherlands.
Yeah, for the Tunisians,
they are home already.
They are home already. Even
just to honor the game.
Even with the signing of Amire, that in the middle of the competition. I remember they just left their former coach as well, because Averena is actually not adding anything, either motivationally or tactically. It's not adding anything to the share team as well. And for the Japanese against Sweden, it's going to be winner takes all in that match as well, because they've lost one match each as well, and probably a draw will even be better for both teams as well. At the end of the day, they'll be on 4 points each as well. Probably if a team is qualifying as the second place team, the other will be going through as the third best loser in that team as well. So a draw will be better for both teams, but I just feel the Japanese at this point in time, they should. Well, let's just. I'm seeing a draw in that match, but most time, if you actually end up in a draw, you probably feel it has been fixed. It is an arranged. Exactly,
Wow.
exactly that
why
one I
are
do.
people believing that they are arranging games at the World Cup? I'm not of that school of thought.
It has happened before in the past. It was because of this situation that FIFA now come out to say every last game of the group
Has to be
stages
played
have to be
simultaneously.
played simultaneously as well, because it has happened in the past
In
as
the
well.
past,
So
okay.
we understand, and for this game at least each team knows that 1 point is enough for them.
It's enough for
so
them.
let's just go into that team and not lose. So if you are going into a team you don't want to lose and the opponent also don't want to lose. So the best bet is just for the match to end in a draw.
Big task ahead. All right, moving on from that particular one now. There's also the games in Group D by midnight. Paraguay up against Australia. There's also going to be Turkey up against United States. United States are also through to the next round. They'll maybe need to get a draw to cement their place in the next round. But then a big battle between both Paraguay and also Australia later this evening.
Yeah, for United States, they are home and dry. Probably just
You said home and dry.
they are home and dry, and they are playing at probably they just need a draw to just stop the group as well. And for Australia, Paraguay is going to be same situation we are having in the Japan against Sweden counter as well. It's just the same situation we have with Australia, Paraguay as well.
I mean that Netherlands, Japan, and Sweden group is it like
exactly
the group of death now?
4-4-3. So each team needs that point as well, and at most just go into your match and not lose.
Get a draw.
If
Sweden are able to get a draw, they will go through.
Exactly, they will
if
go
Japan
through.
Gets a draw, they are through.
They are through as well.
For 5
points at that as well. So probably there will be a lot of draw in this third.
But do you know that Curacao can go through in this group? Group E.
Should they beat Ivory Coast? Yes, they can go through automatically. They'll be having 4 points, and Ivory Coast will be stuck on.
They need to score like
they just need to win.
I think they have like -6.
But should they win against Ivory Coast, it's actually 4 points. So they are 1 point ahead of Ivory Coast. So their goal difference doesn't count at this point. Should they get their 3 points? Should they get their win?
Group E is a group to look out for. Group F is a group to look out for. Group D mathematically there can still be a bit of shift between Paraguay and Australia. But Turkey is already out of the equation in that particular group. And then we now have Group G, another one that can be very dicey. Egypt, Iran, Belgium, New Zealand.
For Egypt, I feel they just need a draw. And I feel the most disappointing team in that group has been the Belgium national team as well. Because we feel with the talent they have, this is going to be the last chance for this their golden generation as well. And the farthest they've gone was in the 2018 World Cup, where they got to the semi-final of that competition.
Do you think New Zealand can do one against Belgium? That would be like the biggest upset. Because I've been waiting. As it is now, none of the big countries have been eliminated.
Exactly. And if there's going to be a big team that's going to be eliminated, probably Belgium. And if you can't defeat New Zealand, you have no business in the next round of the World Cup.
I mean, they've drawn their first two matches, so it's not going to be special if New Zealand defeats them. They've drawn against Egypt, drawn against Iran.
Exactly. And Egypt has actually defeated New Zealand. Iran has also drawn. Okay, they've also drawn against New Zealand as well. So if Belgium can Belgium draw against Iran, I won't be surprised if they actually draw against New Zealand as well at this point in time. And should that match end in draw, probably they may stand a chance of going through as the third place team as well, because they will be on 3 points at that point in time. And
that is if they draw.
Are you
talking about New Zealand?
I'm talking about Belgium. If they draw.
Okay, 3 points. They can still be in the run-up for. And then that rule from FIFA that the highest ranked teams will go through might actually be working in their
for
favor.
them as well. So
why in group? Okay.
So in this World Cup as well, we are having 2 tables. You have the tables for the group stage and the tables for the third place team as well. So
for the third place team.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So probably even if you are going to come third as well, your third your position on that table has to be strong.
You know, it just feel like when you're graduating from university and then they'll say strong 2-1.
Strong 2-1.
All right, in Group H is Spain, Uruguay, Cape Verde, and Saudi Arabia. This particular one too might be a bit of dicey game, whether we like it or not, because Cape Verde on 2 points, Uruguay on 2 points, Spain on 4 points, which means that it can still be winner takes all in that particular group too.
Cape Verde just needs a win in that game as well. Whatever happened between Spain and Uruguay,
because one of the two will defeat themselves.
Exactly, has no bearing on that match as well. Cape Verde just have to go on to that pitch and
let's assume Cape Verde wins against Saudi Arabia.
They have 5 points. Exactly.
That means they come second if Spain wins against Uruguay. Now, if Uruguay defeats Spain, so Uruguay has 5 points. Spain remain on 4 points. If Cape Verde wins, they still have what? They still have 5 points, which means that they are coming second in that group.
Automatically, exactly. Both Uruguay and Cape Verde will be going above.
A lot of mathematics in this group H. But let's not rule out the fact that Cape Verde can also win. Which means that Saudi Arabia can also win. Which means that they have 4 points.
4 points as well. So anybody is still a very open group as well.
I mean, some crazy matches to look forward to in this last couple of matches at the World Cup. And then Group I, one group, a couple of dead rubber games that will be happening, but then it can still change the para game of the group a little bit. France, Norway, Senegal, Iraq, and to say that France are playing against Norway, so it means that one of them will cancel each other out as well.
And the last time I was there, I was saying that Senegal are actually out of this competition.
Well, I gave them a chance. But if you ask me,
the second thought
for an African side going into this tournament,
you feel Senegalese are going to.
I just think that whatever it is that has happened to them is the fault of the federation, because we know that some things are happening off the field as well, have been affecting them. It's been said that their coach Papatio, since he took charge since after AFCON, 6 months through now, he's not been given a contract and he's not been paid.
He's not been paid, and the Senegalese team as well. The bonus,
winning AFCON, qualifying for the World Cup hasn't been paid. So a lot of off-field situations that must have affected this player psyche.
Exactly, and going into the match against Iraq, they just need to win and 3 points. Probably the 3 points might even be enough for them to go through to the next round as well. So good one. Let's see. At least they are playing against Iraq at this point, not France, not Norway.
Yeah.
So
Iraq, they get 3 points, right?
They should get the 3 points and score as much goals as possible as well.
All right, another group that we're looking out for, Group J. Argentina, Austria, Algeria, Jordan. Jordan are out, but then a bit of changes can happen with the games between all of these other nations that I've just mentioned. Algeria play Austria. So both teams on 3 points.
33 points.
Whoever wins moves second in that group.
Exactly.
Argentina against Jordan. You can say that.
A dead rubber game.
Jordan might just be another whooping point.
No, I just probably this might be the right time for Scaloni to actually bench some of his exactly, because at this point you will be needing him.
But they have to start pad. How will they get the stats to go together? they do not play him.
So they should just be quiet. It's either they want to play him and start pad, or probably give the 39-year-old exactly a little bit of rest as well. And for the Australian Algeria match as well, another game both teams are going into without not wanting to lose as well, because they are both on 3 points at this point. So a draw will make them 4 points, and you see both teams qualify at this point in time. So for the Algerians, it should be much more. It should be a matter of let's go into this match and not lose. Exactly, and not lose. At least let's have another African team in the next round of this.
007-224-5018 is the gateway to the studio this morning. 0907-224-5018. Sporting a Jiffy, the FIFA World Cup edition, right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. I was serving the very best of stories, making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and the sometimes controversial world of sports. You can see that we are not doing bits and pieces this morning. We are most definitely dissecting all of the hot topics, the stories that most definitely matters to every one of us. Taking a look at what the group are looking like ahead of the final round of matches that will be played between this evening and tomorrow. By Friday, we are through with what you call the group stage of the FIFA World Cup, and come That's come Sunday.
28.
We are straight into the last 32 already. A couple more groups that we are taking a look at before we wrap things up. Talk about Group K, where you have Colombia, you have Portugal, you have Congo Democratic Republic, and also Uzbekistan. Congo still has one leg into making it into the next round.
Yeah, they played their last match against Uzbekistan, and for the Congolese, they understand that a win against Uzbekistan will give them a better chance of going.
4 points.
Also, as a third place team as well, because Portugal play against Colombia, and it's going to be whatever happens in that match. Either a win for Colombia, a win for Portugal. We'll see each of the team top that group as well, and for either one of them will finishing first and second as well. So for the DR Congo, they are playing against Uzbekistan. They are the whipping boys in that group as well. So DR Congo should do enough to at least get a win, and at least by then they'll be on 4 points, which will be enough to get them into the next round as well.
Portugal, Colombia, big game for this particular group. We've been looking forward to it.
Big game for them as
we've seen that Luis Diaz has been top of the game. There's also what's his name called now, James Rodriguez as well, turning up in this World Cup
exactly. When it comes to playing for your country, I think there are few players that does it better than James Rodriguez. It might just go a while, and
but when it comes to play for his national team,
is always up there for them as well. So for the match against Portugal later in this group as well, it's going to be a tough one for them, and probably they might just take a foot off the pedal, feeling they're actually through to the next round. It's just a matter of let's stop this group, or let's see.
But they have to. But I mean, to be on the safe side, you need to win your group. Because look at Canada now. Canada, because they come second, they are playing against South Africa. You meet tough opponents if you come second.
At this point in time, before now, it's like the winner of a particular group will be playing the runner-up of the next group. But at this point in time, there's still the third best team. So probably you can't even decide who you are playing against until the whole group are done as well. As at yesterday night, it was confirmed that Bosnia Herzegovina out of the competition, and later this morning it was like no, they are actually still in contention as the top best team in this. So you can't actually predict.
I mean, a few matches that we know already set is the
South Africa, Canada exactly.
So other ones we know that Brazil will be waiting to see who they play.
Exactly.
That's going to be second in Group F.
Germany will be third
group. Third.
A, B, C, D, or F. Exactly. You can imagine. So we probably have to just let them round up the group stage, and let's see what the fixtures of the round of 32 will be looking like.
Well, one more group before we call it a wrap has to be Group L. I mean, Ghana, same level of points with England.
And against the English,
and then they are up above Croatia.
Exactly. Even against the English national team, I feel they actually put up a good performance in that match as well. And for the Ghanaians, the incident that happened, Konsa, and if it was, some people have said if we had to flip that situation,
Konsa or Just Pence? Is it who refused to shake their hands?
There's also that one as well who refused to shake the hand of Thomas Partey, and a lot have been said about that incident as well. I feel Just Pence is actually doing. I mean,
I saw a post where someone said he's sure it was his girlfriend that asked him.
Exactly. Probably is closer to the victim that is related in that party situation, or he actually know that person. Because I don't understand exactly, because it was obvious. You've shaken every other Ghanaian player, and when it comes to party, you receive and you just move on. And this is was the penalty shot for Ghana in that match as well. And people have said if you have to flip that situation at the point, probably a penalty has been awarded to the
three Lions.
Exactly. But it is what it is as well. The Ghanaians went to their pitch as well. They had muscle the English national team as well, and actually got a valuable 1 point against them as well. Now they're playing against the Croatians in their last group matches as well. 4 points is actually enough for them to go through. But the Croatians also need
very tough nuts to crack. Let's not deceive ourselves.
It's going to be a very tough nut for them to crack as well.
They've not been all that convincing in this tournament so far, because I mean they were not even able to. They defeated Panama. Yeah.
And they were defeated by the English national
English
team
national,
as well.
yeah.
So for Croatia, Ghana as well, it's going to be a tough match for Croatia at this point, because the Ghanaians, with the way they showed themselves against England, you feel, and coming against the Croatian team,
And
that
said that this Croatian team are
they are aged.
I think the average age of the
Exactly.
Croatian team is 33.
33 at this point, 33,
All of the
34.
Modric of this world.
Exactly. And you feel
Trajkovic.
with the physicality of the Ghanaians, you feel that it might just be enough for them to run over the Croatians as well. But some people will still tell you football is not played only by physicality. You need to have some technical abilities as well.
To it. And if
And
you
the
talk about that,
Croatians,
I think that Croatia really does have
they
that.
have that in abundance as well.
Okay, let's move on from that story right now. Still plenty of thoughts coming through on the show this evening. This morning, I beg your pardon. Sports in the Jiffy on iPad Radio 102.1 FM. Most definitely still bringing you the updates from the World Cup. We already assessed the group stages, and as well looking forward to see what is going to come next. This man will always makes a name for himself when it comes to the World Cup. That was talking about Guillermo Ochoa. Once again featured for his national team, becoming one of the players to feature in 6 World Cups. Though he didn't get the legacy badge, because it's been said that he's only been called up to the World Cup most times. He sometimes does not participate in the games, but yes, he's been to 6 World Cups for Mexico. The final dance last night for him.
Exactly, and good one for him. Also kept a clean sheet in that match as well. So for Guillermo Ochoa, when you talk about the World Cup and talk about goalkeepers as well,
His name is going to pop.
His name is going to pop up in on that list as well. So good one for him, still maintaining that record of 100% winning record against for the Mexico at this point in time. And he's not even the starting goalkeeper for the Mexicans at this point. And in the match he was called upon, he actually did his best, kept a clean sheet as well, and it's still actually into the next round of the competition.
All right, let's move away from the World Cup talks now. Still plenty of thoughts from the world of football on the show this morning. Let's take a little bit into some of the transfer bits that we have on the back pages of the major dailies. A couple of transfer, let's call it gossip, moving left, right, and center. Likes of Manchester City have been talk of the town. Likes of Real Madrid have been talk of the town. Manchester United are definitely talk of the town. It looks like they might be willing to walk away from the deal to sign Matheus Fernandes, because West Ham are now looking to get teams into a bidding war. A bidding war from Tottenham Hotspur, from Manchester United, even from Real Madrid.
Exactly. And
85 million pounds.
For West
Ham. But the
Ham,
player wants Manchester United.
he wants Manchester United, but it doesn't boil down only to the players' wish at this point. The club also have a say in it as well. And for West Ham at this point, for your player, and you have a club as the big team as Manchester City, United, Real Madrid talking about your player as well, and you just feel okay. Let them just go into a bidding war. Whoever
let the best man win.
Exactly. Whoever admits the rest of the team can get the player as well. Because if it was for Fernandes alone, probably the deal to go to Manchester United would have been sorted out by now as this one. But for West Ham, they are relegated and they need to make as much money.
They will make money. I mean, they see how Jared Bowen that they will be selling.
Exactly. So they need to make as much as they can from all of these players as well.
All right, there's also said that Manchester United can switch their interest to AFC Bournemouth midfielder Alex Scott in the coming days, while Manchester City are said to be looking at Chelsea right back Malo Gusto. Another player from Chelsea that might be on the move in the coming days is Trevor Chalobah, who, according to record, is being touted to join Cesc Fabregas Como in the Italian Serie A.
A lot have been said about
Trevor
Chalobah at this point, and if he's going to head towards to Italy at this point, Cesc Fabregas is actually interested in him as well, and probably who is going to be left in that Chelsea team. There's a talk about Malo Gusto as well. There's talk about Enzo Fernandez as well. Cucurella is out of the team as well, and you have a manager that is coming. You want him to
a new manager,
and you want him to build on what is left at that team as well, and even what he's supposed to build on, they're actually cherry picking them away from the team at this point in time. So for Trevor Chalobah as well, he wants a new challenge, and going to Italy would be a good one for him as well. Cesc Fabregas is actually interested in it. He wants the player as well, and probably if they do enough to get him, it's going to be a good one for Chalobah and for Como as well. Why for Malo Gusto, I feel it's for the fact that Maresca is the one at the end of affairs at City. Probably that is why it's also
and was one that signed him
at Chelsea as well. That probably the reason is is interested in bringing Malo Gusto with him to Manchester City.
All right, let's move on now. And that's how much we'll be taking on the show for this morning. Many thanks to everyone who's been a part of the show. Sport in a Jiffy on Empire Radio 102.1 FM will return tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. down to the flip side of 10. And Sports Up Show by 5 p.m. down to 6 p.m. Tomorrow evening. Right here, what we'll do 1 hour of banter, 1 hour of rage, views, reviews, and all of the interviews. Before I let you go, CY, I'd like you to drop your final sense on the show this morning.
Wow, my final set on the show this morning is another weekend is actually coming upon us.
Yeah, and we have the one Grand Prix, the Australian Grand Prix, Austrian Grand Prix.
Austrian Grand Prix as well. So we love to support this weekend as well from the Australian Grand Prix, from the World Cup as well, and a lot of transfer rumors flying here and there as well.
Yeah.
So let's just go out there and enjoy the weekend as well.
I mean, one of the teams that are causing the transfer rumors is your team, Real Madrid.
This why I feel the rumor actually died down at this point in time, and you feel for Real Madrid they just need
But do you see Erling Haaland joining Real Madrid?
Not at this point.
Okay.
Not at this point. Because
what about Michael Olise?
Perez has actually come out to say he wants to sign a Galactico. And I feel when I heard the rumor about Alvarez, I feel probably Alvarez is not that Galacticos figure as well. Yeah. But for Michael Olise,
but you are expecting that Florentino Perez will spring a surprise before the start of the season, right?
Knowing who Florentino Perez is, yes.
Like a 150 million euros type of player.
Exactly. Okay. But I feel that player is looking at this point is Michael Olise. And you look at the team he's actually playing for, Bayern Munich as well. They are not far from Real Madrid at this point, so probably.
No, it's not that they are not far from Real Madrid.
Exactly, but
the coach that they have, they say maybe
exactly. Probably they are on the same pedestal. They are on the same pedestal at this point, so you have to do a lot of. As in a lot of job to send to Michael. If it's for the player, probably Michael Olise will be jumping ship at this one. But they have to negotiate with Bayern Munich at this one, and Bayern Munich are not that kind of thing. You just want to entice with money and all of that as well. So it's going to be difficult for Real Madrid to get Michael Olise out of that team as well. Because over time, even the hierarchy at Bayern has said for no amount.
Will you tempt this guy away from here?
Exactly.
All right, and that's how much you take on the show this morning. Many thanks to you, CY, for joining me on the show. Ayodeji Ajiboye is signing out this morning. I'll tell you to stay sporty, stay active, drink enough water to stay hydrated. Go out there and be the best version of yourself. Don't forget to be kind, because kindness is cool. You go out this morning and you meet someone on your way who does not have a smile on their face. Please, I beseech you, I implore you, give them a bit of yours. Remember, it can be the rainbow in someone else's dark cloud. Have a blessed and highly favored Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday, citizens.
From the greens of golf to the court of tennis and basketball, the octagon of UFC to the square root for boxing.